So today we're fossil hunting in Creeksea near Burnham-On-Crouch. We're not looking for dinosaurs because we don't get dinosaur remains here in Essex. All the Cretaceous and Jurassic and Triassic soil has long been washed out to sea. But we do have an awful lot of Eocene London clay here, which was laid down about 50 million years ago and contains mainly marine life because that is what Essex was. It was the seabed back then. And that's what we're going to be looking for today. Right, what you need for this is you'll need a small container to contain the fossils that you find. They're mainly for small fossils you get here at Creeksea, unlike the sort of stuff you might find in Walton or Harwich. But very good condition. You need a pair of tweezers to pick them up, and also you need to be wearing an anorak, because we all wear anoraks when you're out fossil hunting. It's a very important item of clothing. Also, a pair of glasses is very necessary, so if you look like a professor and you look intelligent, and you can also, when looking at a fossil, ponder it and look like that, or you can explain what something is by doing this when talking, or if someone comes up to you and says to you, what is this? Is this a fossil? And it turns out to be a piece of flower pot or a sweet wrapper or something like that. You can put them on and go like that, make them feel very inferior. Most of all I wear it because you need sharp eyes for this sort of work, and without them I can't see a bloody thing. So we're now going to look down onto the ground, because this is the sort of stuff you like to find them in. The shingle is the best place to look, not the mud, luckily. As the waves wash in, the shingle tends to catch the fossils, so it is always a good place to look. So without any further ado, I guess it's down to the cliffs and see what we can find. Right, what we have here, can you spot the fossil? It's just down there. You see it? It's a tooth. This is a finis type of mako shark. You can see by the sort of square root. So that's quite a nice little find. Just found this here, look. That, even without looking properly, I already know that's a Todus obliquus, a relative of today's great white shark. Usually come a lot bigger than that in other parts of the country, but here, as I say, the teeth are generally that much smaller. Here's something. You see down there. It's a crab. Greaves wethrelli. Do find quite a few of them here, but that's a nice conditioned one. There, it's a good specimen. Very nice. That looks like a nice one. Oh yeah, perfect nick as well. So the teeth here are quite often in really good condition. Now that is a really nice one. That's Carcarius hopii, I would say, almost without a shadow of doubt. A really nice tooth as well. Pleased with that. Right, here we have something. There's a debate exists as to what these actually are. There's a lot of them around, they're not uncommon. Those little black bits are bone for sure, and the beigey stuff is the matrix, which is basically what's left of the fleshy parts of whatever the creature was. There's the main thought is that these are coprolites, as in fossil poo, which is probably what they are. But there is also theory that they could be the stomach contents of fish, as in the fish has died, rotted away, leaving that as what was left in its stomach. I shall leave it for the viewer here to decide for themselves. There we have a tooth. That's a small one. There, this is quite a Physigalia secundus tooth. They're quite common here. Little things, possibly related to today's tiger shark, only an awful lot smaller. See that? There's Miliobatis. It's a raised dentition. See the little comb bits there? See if I can hold it up so you can see that. Unfortunately, I don't have much of a zoom on this camera, and if I do zoom in, it goes blurry. But there are little, it's sort of like a comb. They're the roots that stick to the top of the mouth of the ray, and they form up into, a lot of these form into one pellet at the top and another pellet at the bottom, and that's what the ray uses to crush its food up in its mouth. And it really is crawling along this one. Here's another tooth here. Let's have a look at this. That is Anemotodon shipiensis. I know that's a type of goblin shark from the prehistoric era. Hasn't got any side cusplets. That's sometimes they're known as ironing board sharks. Very, very rare now. It's been quite common back in the day. As next to that shell, just here, we have a fish tooth. That's Sibian prostae, we both decided. Quite a good find, that one. It's quite a big one as well. Right, here we have two really good ones actually. I'm amazed. See how small this tooth is? That, oh, it's so small you can hardly see it. It's an Abdonia tooth, I believe. Sort of an angel shark, but it's what's next to it that I'm really pleased about. It's this one here. This is the one I actually spotted. A Hexanchus tooth. Sort of a saw-edged cow shark. See that? Quite a nice find. They're not uncommon actually on this beach, but you don't find them that much worldwide. So Hexanchus agassizi, I think that one is. This is, I'm thinking, another Hopii. Let's have a look. Oh, it's in proper condition. That's a Stratolamia macarota. Yeah, Stratolamia macarota. They're quite common teeth. I was throwing a few of them today, but that's a nice one, that is. They have striations on the back of the tooth, which is like little lines, which is one very defining mark on them. This is one I was hoping to find. It's another ray dentition, except this is actually named after Burnham. I don't know if that's because it was first discovered here or quite why it would be named after Burnham, but it's called Burnham-Ia. Burnham-Ia daviesi, I think it's the second part of the name. Yeah, obviously it's a much smaller ray, but exciting to find on this beach because of it being named after the area that it's quite commonly found in. The other one, there's two fossils that are named after Burnham. The other one's Weltonia burnhamensis, which is another type of shark tooth, which is an absolute prize, not unlike that Hexanchus tooth we found earlier. And the chances of me finding one of them today are practically nil. I've only ever found 8 in my entire life, but here's to hoping. Here's a really interesting thing. This is pyrotisation, this burgundy stuff. It's basically moulds of things where the creature died, it got covered over, then it rotted, leaving a gap where it had been, and then the pyrotisation seeped in and made a complete mould of it, and immediately there I see a snail, for instance. That's a gastropod. They're quite common. Perfect mould. Nicely preserved and going straight into my container. If I come over here, you have Rotularia bognarensis, which is a sort of a worm tube. I'm not overly sure what they actually were looking like in life, but there's another one there I see, and I've just actually spotted something else that is pretty good. Now just here, look, that is a piece of starfish. I'll have to ask Jenny exactly what type of starfish it is. I don't know, but that is what it is. I don't know the actual scientific name for the species, but that's certainly worth having. Always worth checking this stuff out when you see it, because there's always a lot of stuff knocking about in it. All these little bits of, like a bit of fossilised wood there, for instance. That's another bit of wood. You sometimes get seeds. Seeds are quite rare, but you do find them. Another bit of wood there. Twigs. All sorts of interesting things can be found in these little piles. There's another one there. There's a piece of twig. That'd be a burrow. Probably a burrow that was where an animal burrowed into the sand, and the burrow has since been filled up. So, interesting stuff. This is one of my favourite teeth. I do like these. I know what that is. That's it's an odd name. Odontespis winklerai. It is actually called that. But what I like about these, they had them little side cusplets. Really nice little spiteful looking teeth. So yeah, another one for the collection to go into the pot. And I've just spotted something else that we haven't had yet. That's what I'm looking at, this thing here. That is a piece of vertebrae, probably fish vertebrae, with a backbone. So that's always a nice find. Now earlier we found what was thought to be a possible coprolite. A little bit we found earlier with the little bits of bone in. This is a definite coprolite. This is definitely a fish poo here. As I say, quite common. So found a piece of shit for the bathroom display. Well, I think that's pretty much it. Been down here a couple of hours now, so this is the other thing. You have to wear old clothes because you do get a little bit dirty, but quite pleased with all my finds. Let's go home now and find out a little bit more about what we found today.